H2 Overcomers bring you another message today to let you know that sometimes the directions may seem a little out there. Sometimes you too may have to ask, God, are you crazy? We get to watch these stories on social media now. So I'm going to do one for you to tell you a story. There are two brothers as it is recorded. They are twins, but one is born before the other one. The first one to be born and come out the womb, we'll call him Brother E. And the second to come out the womb is Brother J. Now, Brother E and Brother J are very different. The firstborn, Brother E, it says he was covered in hair and he was red. And this boy was just different. From the time he was born, he even cried differently. He more like growled rather than cried like a normal baby. And he was just muscular and strong. Interestingly enough, I have a nephew like that. The boy was born muscular. He was big and strong, and he used to pull things, and he had red hair. Shout out to Josh. But anyway, the second brother, Jay, he was a little more soft-spoken, kind of a mama's boy. And he stayed inside where he was constantly outside with dad and was dad's favorite. Well, Jay was kind of mom's favorite. He studied and he learned to cook, and he was just a good kid. These two brothers grew up together. Of course, loving each other, but just complete opposites. One outside practicing his bow and arrow and his sling, and he was very, very adept with a spear, and he was dad's pride and joy. This boy learned early how to kill and destroy things, where Brother Jay kind of stayed inside and maybe sometimes admired E's prowess and as a warrior and a fighter, but hey, nobody definitely messed with Jay. Because of Brother E, you might have some of this dynamic in your family or a family that you knew. Could you imagine Mike Tyson growing up? All the stories I've read say, hey, he was a bad boy from the beginning. And we kind of admired him as a fighter because he had this warrior spirit that I don't care. I'm going to take your head off and I'll eat your children kind of thing. That was what this Brother E was like. Well, at the time, there was a custom that the inheritance for the family would pass to the first son. And in this case, it just happened to be E because even though they were twins, he came out the womb first and he became his father's favorite. So his father, at a certain age, was going to give him the inheritance and the leadership of the family. When this time came up, would you believe that their mother pulled Brother Jay aside and came up with this scheme to cheat and deceive the father? The father's gotten old and almost blind. And on the ceremonial day, when he was going to bestow the inheritance to E, Jay snuck in, disguised himself like E, and got the father to bestow the inheritance to him while E was out gathering, hunting, killing, cleaning, and cooking a dish to bring back to the father, because it was part of the ceremony that you gave the father a dish that you prepared. When E comes back in, he finds out that he's been duped. He's been had, that his younger brother, the schoolboy Jay, has taken advantage of him and stolen his inheritance. Let me tell you, he's mad. Mom knew they were going to be mad. So he tells Brother Jay, run, get out of here. You know what E is like. He is no joke. And he being mad, I don't even think I can protect you from him. Go to my family's. And Jay gets it and he takes this long journey and leaves. He's gone for a long time. As the story is written, he never even sees his mom alive again. He is just that fearful of E. 10 years go by. 20 years go by, and Jay stays in the land with his in-laws, with his mother's family, and he grows, and actually he marries. He becomes a very wealthy man. One day, it doesn't say how, it doesn't say where, but it says that God tells him, go back home. Go back to your father's people and your family. Can you imagine the very first thing to come to Jay's mind? God, are you crazy? You want me to do what? Go back to the land where Esau is? See, Jay isn't so far away that they're family. He still heard stories. He knows that Esau's still alive. He knows that Esau's become a great warrior and has a whole band of men. And you want me to do what? Go back to the guy that I duped? Go back to the guy that I take advantage of? Go back to the guy that was probably going to kill me then and has had this much time to fester on and will surely kill me now? God, are you crazy? But guess what? He went. And I'm going to invite you to look up that story of Esau and Jacob to find out for yourself what happens. But here's my message to you. Yes, sometimes we're going to get these messages. We're going to get directions. We're going to ask and get things that come into our life. They're going to ask, this can't be. God, are you crazy? And the question is for you, are you willing to go to find out? How will you know if you don't go? We have to go to find the breakthrough. So ask yourself today, even on the crazy directions, are you willing to go? Because that's how you overcome. H2O, hold on to overcome. If you like this message, please click on the thumbs up. But more importantly, we really hope you leave a comment to let us know what you think and feel in your experiences. And then don't forget to share, because hope will make the world go round. H2O.